excited to talk about our CMHA Mental Health Week, which is happening May 2nd to 8th this year. And it's all about empathy. That's the theme that we're focusing on.
What that means is, when times are tough, being there for each other, supporting each other, truly listening and accepting, even if you might have other opinions or views, being able to understand someone else's.
This year's CMHA Mental Health Week is about getting real with each other. So empathy is a big part of that. Empathy is about listening, about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, about thinking about other people's perspectives, where they might be coming from.
So I think that if we truly want to support someone that's struggling, we need to understand how they're feeling. And by understanding, I mean truly asking those questions, learning about that person's strengths or weaknesses. Asking those difficult questions sometimes can give us, that person's perspective, and we can move forward from there in providing that support that that person may need.
So the last couple of years, we have certainly seen, an increase of stress and anxiety with everyone. And, people handle stress in many different ways. There's been, lots of social media exposure and information in the news about certain events and people's point of view. And, it's great to think about empathy and think about, we never know where somebody's coming from. And, we may not agree with every single person's perspective on, what's been happening the last couple of years. So it's a really great time to reflect on, how do you think about supporting others, and how do you manage your own judgments, and does it affect how you listen to other people, and does it affect how perhaps you want to give support to someone, whether it's a family member or a friend. So it's wonderful that this year is really focusing on thinking about other people, thinking about where they may be coming from, and that, if you were to walk in their shoes, you might have, a certain, different idea about what's really happening for that person. Certainly the last couple of years, CMHA Simcoe County has seen an increase of services, an increase of people reaching out for help, which actually is wonderful.
I think that there's two things involved with that. People are really talking about mental health, and perhaps somebody that hasn't struggled with mental health in the past maybe now is struggling in some way. Perhaps people are feeling a little bit more anxious, more depressed, more worried. So talking more about mental health is a good thing.
I think, one of the benefits of the last couple of years is that people became more aware of their mental health, and they reached out for support. We were able to, create a virtual world to help more people. So we do see an increase. We continue to see an increase of people wanting that support, which is wonderful. We're here. We're trying to, accommodate the needs and the worries that people are facing, because we know people are worried. People are anxious.
So the first thing that somebody can do, and any one of us can do this, is listen. Truly listening. So putting away that distraction, whether it's a phone or something else on your mind, and being present when listening to someone else. Not judging that person. So, we all have judgments, it's human nature, but trying to truly, get into that person's experience and walk beside them to understand the struggles that they might be going through.
If mental health wasn't something that was on your mind before the pandemic, it certainly is now. So we're just really, really aware that it's affecting everybody, and we know that mental health is something we want to nurture and protect, and that's why we're here to help.